Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Monday, May 16th, 2016. Let's start the day with some fun news. Uncharted 4 contains a magazine with a URL at the bottom. A Reddit user investigated to see what this page was, determined that no one owned the domain, and then bought it for themselves. They say they currently have no plans for it, it's just kind of fun to own it. Another Reddit user has a new theory as to how the poise stat for Dark Souls 3 works. It has to deal with the number of frames in certain animations and how long you're invulnerable during these animations. The higher your poise stat, the longer you can't be hit. Really interesting theory. The developer of Clash of Clans claims that the game rose his country's capital gains income by a fifth. Yeah, not bad for a video game. Moving on to video game movies. Nintendo says that they're going to have another go at making a video game movie. Don't go watch the old Super Mario Brothers movie, though. It's awful, and don't ask why I own it either. Ubisoft has plans to make 2 more Assassin's Creed movies, and Angry Birds opened this weekend at number 2, taking in roughly 43 million. Didn't beat Captain America at 72 million, though. Back to actual game news, Yokai Watch 2 is coming to the US this September 30th. I've got 2 pieces of bad news. Project Spark will be shutting down on August 12th and is no longer downloadable from the Windows Store, and Minecraft will be raising its prices in about a week in most countries. Surprisingly, not the US though. See the description down below for a link to which areas will have price adjustments, as well as links for sources for all of today's stories. Let's cheer you up from that by giving you the dates of this summer's Steam sale. Get your wallets ready starting June 23rd and ending July 4th. The only thing better than a sale is free! And there is free DLC coming to all owners of Battlefield 4. That's the Final Stand DLC to be exact. Star VR is a headset in development by Acer, partnered with Starbreeze, who owns Overkill Software, the developers of Payday 2, and it's set to release in 2017. Microsoft has improved the functionality of the Xbox One backwards compatibility, and it now allows for games with multiple discs. A Kickstarter for the remaster of System Shock, the inspiration for BioShock, will begin next month, and the Kickstarter for the Dark Souls board game, which was asking for 50,000 British pounds, ended today with over 3.7 million. Wowza. A petition has surfaced to remove a negative review of a recently released game. Find out which one next on News Cartridge. Uncharted 4 released last week after a rough launch of having physical copies stolen off the back of a truck, and the game being shipped out 2 weeks early by Amazon and other retailers. But it seems that the controversy didn't stop there. The reviews of the game are in, and from what I've seen, the game looks absolutely stunning. However, one negative review popped up from the Washington Post. The article is poorly written and begins, "The trouble with trilogies is that they almost never end at 3. Alright, first of all, those are called quadrilogies, or hell, I don't know, series, and I couldn't find anything that said Uncharted was only going to be a 3-part series, so right off the bat, we have a straw man argument. In what I'm nicknaming Commas from Hell, a petition has been started to remove this review because, to quote the petition, "You're the Washington Post, for Christ's sake, not a 12-year-old's diary. Treat the game with professionalism and respect." Also wishing for the Metacritic score of 40 out of 100 to be removed as well, because, quote, "He never gave the game a rating in his review." I'll agree with the petition that the Washington Post is not a 12-year-old's diary, and my guess is the article could have been lifted directly from one. But if anything should go, it's this dumbass petition that, upon writing this, 5,500 idiots have signed. This is censorship in its purest, ugliest form. This is trying to stifle criticism based solely because I like the thing. How dare you not like the thing as much as I like the thing? The petitioner has clarified that this is not to remove it from the Washington Post, but to just remove the score of 40 from Metacritic. And even though they have stated that they're okay with the author expressing his opinion, he should have rules applied to official reviews. A notion that just seems laughable and contradicts the ideals of free speech at their very core. Feel free to keep making more petitions like this if you want to keep making it an easy news day for me. Dark Souls 3 is seeing its fair share of bad drama today because the most recent patch for PC has been pulled from Steam, something I didn't even know you could do. The patch was created to address the cheating issues surrounding PvP, but instead made the game unplayable by causing temporary freezing and stuttering. Today, From Software has pulled the patch from Steam and are currently working on updating it to re-release it sans performance problems. From Software also reassures everyone that you won't be penalized for being a victim of any of these bugs. They are very aware of the issues at hand. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've been affected by the most recent patch. Our next story is about the Nintendo NX and what Tatsumi Kimishima has recently said regarding it. He claims that the NX will not be the successor to the Wii U or the 3DS. Given the definition I looked up, I have no idea what the hell he's talking about because of how words work. It's a new way of playing games, he says, which I think will have a larger impact than the Wii U, but I don't feel it's a pure replacement for the Wii U. So unless Nintendo has changed video gaming to something other than a screen with a keyboard, controller, or mouse, or touch interface, it all just sounds like hype and no actual substance. Stay tuned to News Cartridge for more about what the NX actually is. To conclude for the day, over the weekend I was asked a lot about what I thought of Civ 6 while playing Civ 5 at the time. First of all, fix the netcode. If the netcode works right, then I will pay full price $60 on day one, because to this day the netcode for Civ 5 is still broken. I've already covered the release date of October 21st, and that your cities will have to now spread out their monuments across adjoining tiles, but now more information has surfaced. The developer Firaxis says that they hope to get players out of the set path that they played in every time, and now want to get people to adapt to their environment based upon what has spawned on the map. Your city will now be divided into districts, and only certain buildings may be placed within those districts. Districts get different bonuses depending on how close they are to your city center. Another big game change is the way units can be stacked. In Civ 5, it was the first Civ game where each unit would take up one tile. In previous Civ games, your entire army could be placed on a single tile. In Civ 6, you will be able to stack units of the same type in order to form a regiment. The article that I'm referencing gives the example of stacking 2 riflemen together to form a rifleman corps, or 2 tanks together to form a tank army. All of this sounds wonderful to me, and I'm hoping that it lives up to Civ 5 in every way. Let me know if you're excited for Civ 6 in the comment section down below. And now it's time for tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Shadwin, Dolphin Defense, Soft Body, Portal Stories VR, Space Pirates and Zombies 2, Homefront: The Revolution, Space Codex, and The Song of Seven, Chapter 1. For PlayStation 4, Shadow of the Beast, Homefront: The Revolution, Soft Body, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered, Shadwin, and Wild Arms 3. For Xbox One, Homefront: The Revolution. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I'm Dandruff. I'll see you tomorrow. And what do you get when you cross a computer with a hamburger? A Big Mac.